Hey everyone, again, this is Tony from Top Notch Sports, the wrestling guru. Today's video is going to be about WWE. Again, if you want to learn more about WWE, continue watching this video and I'll give you all you need to know. Thank you. Welcome back to Top Notch Sports. Again, I am Tony. We're here to talk about last night's Monday Night Raw, March 6th. This one was in Boston. I mainly wanted to watch it because I wanted to see what they were going to do with John Cena. Of course, we all know Austin Theory, United States Championship, has been talking about how John Cena is his idol, John Cena this, John Cena that. So I wanted to see how they would introduce that match at WrestleMania because we all knew that was going to happen, and it did. So I typically I was thinking of going through from first thing to last thing that happened throughout the show, but yeah, you know what? I think we'll do that. I will do that instead. So, first things first, they started off the night with Kevin Owens versus Solo Sikoa on a one-on-one match. Of course, Solo had Jimmy Uso at ringside with him. Because again, why not? Because the bloodline can never just have a normal match where they just can't help each other out and interfere, yada yada. I'm getting sick and tired of it. It's getting annoying with all that shit. But Kevin Owens versus Solo. Well, again, it's me and Nick always mention can't have two big men really go at it. It doesn't really work out well. Again, this match was okay. Kevin Owens starts off the match hot. Solo Sikoa turns it around, yada yada. Eventually, Kevin Owens wins by disqualification because he went for the pin attempt on Solo. Looked like it was going to be a 3 count, but instead of letting it be a 3 count, Jimmy Uso had to jump in and start beating up on Kevin. So Jimmy Uso basically gets Solo the loss by disqualification. But you know, after he jumps in on the disqualification, Jimmy Uso and Solo started, double teaming on Owens, but Owens overcame, the number odds. But, not overcame it. Not over. Oh my God. I don't know what I'm talking about. Sorry. This is, oof. Kevin wins by disqualification because Jimmy Uso jumps in basically at the end of the match. They're beating up on Kevin. Sami Zayn, of course, as we all know, past few weeks, Sami Zayn comes in basically to save Kevin Owens. We obviously can tell that Sami Zayn wants Kevin Owens to team up with Sami again to try and take down the bloodline. But Kevin Owens wants nothing to do with it. Nothing at all. Does not want anything to do with it because after that match, a few matches later, there's a backstage segment. You see Sami Zayn walk up on Owens. Owens, obviously, you can see he's just, trying to recuperate after the match. Sami's like, "Hey, Kevin, we have an agreement here. We want to take down the bloodline. Help me do this. You can't do it alone. I can't do it alone. Let's team up and take them out." Kevin's like, "No, I don't want to deal with you. You're not my best bud no more. We're not friends. We're enemies. Stay away. Why he even said, why don't you go ask your buddy Jay? Go ask Jey Uso. Go ask your new friend, you know? So we obviously can see that eventually before WrestleMania, that's gonna switch. You know, it's gonna switch. Kevin's gonna join forces with Sammy, and my guess is at WrestleMania, and I'm sure plenty others are guessing this too. We're gonna get Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens teaming up against Jay and Jimmy Uso for the undisputed tag team championship. I can see it happen. You know, it has to because you can't have Sammy going after Roman, you can't have Kevin going after Roman because Roman's got Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania. But next on the list, we've seen Bobby Lashley backstage delivered a little tiny promo calling out Bray Wyatt. He's saying Bray Wyatt's basically like, you know, a wimp, you know. He sending out Uncle Howdy after him on Friday night last week, or it was last Raw last week, I forget. But instead of sending out Uncle Howdy, you come out, you deal with it. You know, you're the one that challenged me, not Uncle Howdy. So you come out, you fight me one on one like a man, basically, is what he was saying in his promo backstage. You know, so you know, basically just he sends the message to Wyatt and was just like, instead of sending out your Uncle Howdy, you come out, you deal with it, you know, you fight me, man, one on one, you know. Another match on the list was Bianca Bel. Then there was not another, yeah, another match on the list: Bianca Belair versus Carmella. Just a normal one-on-one match, and of course, Bianca Belair defeated Carmella with the pinfall. You know, Chelsea Green was there at ringside for Carmella. Chelsea Green at one point interfered in the match, and I thought Carmella was going to end up winning the match after that point because she did get Bianca Belair in a roll up, but you know, of course, Bianca Belair won that match. But after the match, Carmella and Chelsea Green started beating up on Bianca Belair. Who knows why? Carmella isn't even going for a title. It's Asuka going for the title. So why are these two trying to beat down on Bianca for it? There's no point. But as that's happening, Asuka comes out and basically saves Bianca Belair from getting a beatdown. You know, she comes out, but she blows blue mist at Carmella and Chelsea Green, but Carmella ducks and it gets Chelsea Green in the face. That's how that match ended, you know, basically like a truce in a way, being like, hey, I know we're fighting each other at WrestleMania, but I'm gonna protect you until then because I want to make sure that you're healthy and I'm healthy, you know, in a way. All right, next thing, Logan Paul and Seth Rollins. They didn't fight, but they had a little promo, a little segment with the Miz. The Miz, according to him, and from what I didn't know before this, he is the host of WrestleMania this year. You know, Logan Paul and Seth Rollins, they're beefing it out. They're saying, you know, Seth Rollins wants to fight Logan right here, right now. Logan Paul saying, no, I'm not going to fight you right now. You know, this is Monday Night Raw. I'm a premium live event wrestler. You know, I need the big bucks to wrestle you. I'm not wrestling you for free on Monday Night Raw. You know, the Miz steps in and goes, well, Rollins, I can get you a match at Mania against Logan Paul if you want. And then Rollins is like, oh, you can? Really? All right. I'm going to drag you out of the ring and take you back there. He throws Rollins out of the ring. But then while he does that, Logan goes and attacks Rollins. And then they start, you know, throwing hands and shots. And then eventually Logan Paul, the ex-boxer, I don't know if he's an ex-boxer, I don't know, whatever, he hits him with a knockout punch on Rollins and knocks Rollins out right straight dead in the ring. So there we have it. That's now announced as official match at WrestleMania, most likely. Another thing that happened, we had Omos, or aka Omos from Brock Lesnar, versus Dolph Ziggler. That was really random. That was just, I don't know what was going on with that match, why that happened. I guess it's just in a way to kind of like promote Omos into being like this big giant behemoth guy. Oh, I can take out a wrestler in a couple minutes, But he basically did, Ziggler was putting up a fight for a minute, and then Omos just got him into his double choke slam move. Immediate pin. Match was over. I think match wasn't even more than 2 minutes. It's just their way of saying, oh, like Brock's gonna be fighting this guy. This guy's a powerhouse. He's not someone to mess with. But it's Brock Lesnar. It's Brock Lesnar. He's fought everything. The Big Show, Mark Henry, Undertaker. He's done it all. Almost Omos is not anything to him. It's just another guy. He's gonna go in there and throw around the ring. Doesn't matter how big or how small. Another match was another women's match: Piper Niven versus Nikki Cross. Now, obviously, you've seen me and Nick make fun of Piper Niven at the Royal Rumble because her name used to be Dewdrop, and we're kind of like, well, why? What's with the sudden name change? She doesn't look any different either. Like her attire is a little different, but it's still the same thing. She's wearing a singlet, Just this time it's like that like the I'm trying to think of the word. It's Scottish, Ireland. I don't know. I think it's Scotland. Like the checkered, like it's like checkered pattern. I don't know. I'm losing words for this. All I know is Piper Niven, just a weird name. They're trying to. I get it. They're trying to push her in a way too. They had her beat Nikki Cross. Nikki Cross's character I never liked either. I don't like that whole crazy maniac looking. She's like trying too hard with it. I don't like it. I just it's kind of cringy in a way you want to say. But another match then was Chad Gable versus Baron Corbin. I hate Chad Gable. I hate this whole like shoosh and thank you. I hate it. I hate it. Oh, I can't stand that. I can't stand it. What is so funny about it? And so many people like it. I'm like, what? I get it. It's supposed to be funny, make people laugh. I don't like that. I don't like that part of WWE. I don't certain things, yes, are to me are funny. This thing isn't funny to me. If you like it, great. Congratulations. I don't. He defeated Baron Corbin in a submit with a submission. Great. Whatever. Another match that made no sense in my opinion. A lot of these matches didn't make sense to me on Monday night on the Raw tonight. Or last night, I mean. Just didn't make sense. Did not make sense. But then there's two other things. No, sorry, there's one more match in the main event. I'll get to that. But there's two other segments. We've seen John Cena come out, and of course, Austin Theory came out. It first originally started with Austin Theory challenging John Cena at WrestleMania. John Cena tells him, no, you're not ready. You're not ready to lose this match, and you're not ready to win this match. Because what John was telling him was, I'm this big star. Everyone loves me. If you beat me as this wrestler that no one really likes and cares about, people are going to hate you even more. And then John Cena was like, but if I beat you at Mania, again, it doesn't help you because all I do is then bury you. So it's either you win and people hate you to a point that you'll just get, pushed out of here either way, or you lose and still get buried and pushed out of the company in a way, like you're not ready for it. You're not this top star that's ready to face another top star. You're just not, especially someone like Cena, a legend, they're just not ready for it. But after about 15 minutes of roasting Theory, like John Cena was going at with like all these roasts, and oh man, he finally tells Theory, he's like, all right, you know what? I accept your challenge. I'll take you on, but you're gonna regret it. One way or another, you're gonna regret this. I think it was great. I think it was a great segment. Again, like Who do I think is going to win that Mania? I don't know, because like I want Cena to win, but then he's off to his other, pastures of Hollywood. He's into that. So I don't think Cena's gonna win. I think Cena's gonna lose. They're gonna try to get Theory over in this match. I just don't think it's gonna happen. I mean, I just don't see, like, even if Theory, like, he's right, even if Theory does win, I don't see it happening. He's gonna go over as this big guy. He's not. He's not. It's just not gonna happen. Last segment, that wasn't a match. We've seen Becky Lynch and Lita, the new women's division tag team champions, along with Trish Stratus. Well, Damage Control, which is not Becky Lynch. Oh my God, Bailey and forget the other two. Sorry, I forget the other two's name, but not Becky Lynch. Oh my God, Bailey, Damage Control come out and they're like, oh, yada yada. You know, they're saying what they have to say about the three, and then you know, finally they challenge Becky and the Damage Control to a match at Mania, and they accept. And then they start brawling out on Monday night. They start, as usual, like, oh yeah, we accept. They go to walk out, and then they turn to go beat down on Becky Lynch, Lita, and Trish Stratus, but they were prepared for it. Again, Lita and Trish Stratus, they're WWE legends, they're Hall of Famers. I think they both are. They definitely have to be. I mean, so they were ready. They knew what was gonna happen. Last but not least, the last match of the night was Sami Zayn versus Jimmy Uso. We seen earlier tonight, forgot to mention this, Paul Heyman tells Jimmy and Solo, hey, Roman, the tribal chief, the head of the table, he said if you guys cannot get rid of the Sami Zayn problem before Friday night this week, there's going to be severe consequences. He's not going to be happy. Well, they're fighting in this match. Sami Zayn wins the match. Again, Jimmy's freaking out. Solo's freaking out. They start hammering away at Sami because, again, Roman said, hey, get rid of this punk. Deal with it or feel the consequences Friday. And they couldn't do it. He's getting a beat down, and who do you know shows up? Jey Uso shows up out of the crowd, helps Sami escape. Jey agrees with Sami. He's like, they hug it out. He's like, I'm gonna be here for you, yada yada. And just in a split second, like, Jey Uso super kicks Sami Zayn, which of course is now going to end their alliance. Now, I have many theories about this. I think Jey only did that to help save Jimmy's, to save Jimmy from Friday. Because Roman said there's not gonna be any consequences on Solo, not on Jey. It's gonna be on Jimmy. Jimmy lost the match. He couldn't deal with it. So Jey comes back and quote unquote betrays Sami Zayn to help Jimmy not have to, face any consequences on Friday. So I think sometime down the road, after all this, I think we're gonna get that tag team match between Kevin Owens and Zayn and the Usos at Mania. But at that match, we might see Jey screw over Jimmy in that match. We might see it. Jey doesn't want no part of the bloodline. So why all of a sudden is he now betraying Sami? He doesn't want any part of the bloodline. He doesn't. He only wants to make sure that Jimmy stays safe. It's his brother. But I think for now, he's only, like I said, I think for now he's just doing it to keep Jimmy safe. But when Mania comes around and that tag team match is going on, he's going to betray Jimmy in that match. And not only is he going to betray Jimmy in that match, we might see him try to betray Roman later on in the night. Who knows? But that's all for Monday Night Raw. I Again, like there were just a few like the matches that they really only 2 matches last night was I like good, this is worth watching. The other matches just weren't, there was no reason for them, in my opinion. Like the Bianca and Carmella match, that there was no need for that. There was no need for Omos and Dolph Ziggler. I get it. Like I said, they were probably just trying to push Omos to be this big giant man that can just end the match in 2 seconds. So can Brock. I mean, Brock can do that too. And then Chad Gable versus Baron Corbin. Again, another match that just made no sense. It's just, what was the point? Piper Niven against Nikki Cross again. What is the point? I get it. Like on a weekly show, the matches really don't mean anything. It's usually the pay-per-view matches that mean everything. But again, it's like I don't get the whole background on why those couple matches are happening. And then of course Baron Corbin. It does seem like they're trying to. It seems like they're going back to that, like, remember when like Baron Corbin was like all sad and depressed and he didn't have a job, he didn't have any money. It seems like he's going back to that in a way. I think a lot of people agree with me on this. Give Baron Corbin back the lone wolf, or whatever it was, his that gimmick was when he first joined WWE. He needs to go back to that. He needs it. This whole happy Corbin thing, sad Corbin, lucky Corbin, whatever the hell it is, it's just, no, it's not working for him. He needs to go back to that, original Baron Corbin, the one that was competing against John Cena, the one that was competing in big, that had chances to be in title matches, I don't know. But again, I'm gonna give it a C plus, because other than the Sami Zayn and Jimmy Uso and Kevin Owens and solo match, and then the just certain, I'm gonna give it a C. Overall a C. Like there's nothing special, Again, like even with the John Cena theory segment, we all knew what that was gonna be about. We all knew it was gonna be the official, you know, that we all knew that was gonna be the official, hey, we're having a match in Mania. We all knew that what that was. There was nothing special about him coming back tonight, even though they made it seem like there was. We all knew what it was about. So again, I'm giving it a C. So again, Monday Night Raw just not doing it for me. But stay tuned, as we are going to be trying to get in AEW videos for their weekly shows. Me and Nick are also talking about doing pay-per-views for them. We're not too sure yet. We're thinking about it. But I'm going to try doing weekly recaps of AEW Dynamite and Rampage, along with WWE Monday Night Raw and Friday Night SmackDown. So please keep a watch out for those. Again, this is Top Notch Sports, and we are built better. Thank you.